We will all regret the unchecked offloading of Amajirai in the southeast, Mideno Baragbon said. The newsguru.com recently did an extensive report on the massive invasion of the southern states by people euphemistically described as Amajirai. Truckload after truckload, busload after busloads, in suspicious motorcade have been intercepted from Kwara to Edo to Delta to Enugu to Cross River and so on, fired with young men on mission. No one has been able to decipher. At first, it was convoys of 18-seater buses that caught the attention of those who were enforcing the lockdown nationwide in the southern states. In some instances, as many as 10 18-seater buses in bumper-to-bumper motorcades, most late in the night and early in the mornings, were intercepted. In what appears as well-coordinated mass movement of these youths, even the usual food trucks and Dangote trailers joined the train in ferrying them, with most of the young men hidden in between cows, tomatoes, yam and some other perishable items. When the various states lockdown task force grew wise to this, the convoys left the highways and diverted to bush paths. Curiously, most of the young men intercepted, when interrogated, speak neither Hausa, English nor any known Nigerian language. In its highly acclaimed investigative report titled TNG Special Report, unveiling sinister motives behind planned mass intrusion of Amajirai from north to south during lockdown, the newsguru.com TNG noted with concern that what started briefly as mere intra-deportation of underage Amajirai by the northern governors as one of their responses to the COVID-19 fight in their region has now developed to a full-blown mass intrusion to the south, a region in Nigeria alien to the Amajiran system, sometimes numbering over 500 in a 40-feet trucks. These so-called Amajirai, who are old enough to have fathered several offsprings, according to the tradition in that part of the country, move like they are on a mission. Those who are not bold enough to travel alone hide in between their cows to escape the prying eyes of the law enforcement agencies stationed at the various interstate borders. Their movement is not restricted to a particular time of the day, as arrests have been made in broad daylight and at night. The Guardian newspaper too last week did an editorial on the same issue titled Amajirai's Provocative Exodus to Southern Nigeria. According to Guardian editorial, it is indeed curious that the northern governor's decision to relocate the Amajiran to the state of origin to control the spread of a pandemic has become an anticlimax. The ostensible logistic is to contain the spread of COVID-19, which might spread by the nature of living of the Amajirai with no fixed address. The exercise, still ongoing, has virtually turned arbitrary beyond the reciprocity of repatriation of Amajirai among the states of the north. The trend is that they are now being relocated to the south and middle belts that are not native to this social practice in the country. Truth be told, those among the thousands of young men and a few women who are Nigerians have the constitutional right to freedom of movement and to abode in any part of the country they so wish. What is curious, and which the TNG, the newsguru.com, reports on ETAD, which raises the eyebrow of the people in the South, is the seemingly clandestine but coordinated ferrying of these thousands of youths across the many state borders between the northern states, say Kano, and Cross River State, at a time there is a nationwide lockdown on movement. Why are they convoyed in convoys? And when that failed, why is goods trucks? What is their mission at this time? The nation is fighting to curtail and defeat the coronavirus pandemic. A time movement across states will jeopardize the effort. If these are indeed Amajirai being deported to their home state, as the agreement among the northern governors seems to suggest, why the mass movement to the south where there is no tradition of Amajirai? Who is coordinating this movement? Who is paying for them? And what is the purpose at this time? Before now, it was commonplace to see trailer loads of youths being ferried from the north to the south, with each coming with brand new motorcycles to commence ostensibly Okada riding businesses. To the chagrin of Southerners, most of these youths, assumed to be from the northern states, are later discovered to be from Niger, Chad, and so on, as the experience in Lagos in recent years has shown. It is from these groups that security agencies have discovered sleeper cells of Boko people, ISIS, West Africa, and some kidnapping gang members. As my own personal experience with armed robbers who invaded my home in Lagos some time ago shows, all the robbers were not Nigerians, but they had a Seriki who, though also not a Nigerian, has lived in that part of Lagos State for more than 10 years. They nonetheless had identity card supposed issued by some local government in the north, which turned out to be fake. Thank you for listening to this news. Viewers, believe me, the fact has just been offloaded. You see, it is very, very significant. We as Nigerians, we need to work together, because letting these people to go to have their way will definitely will later come back to us, will later affect us. We should not allow these people to always have their way. We allow them to be carrying out or succeeding in their illegal deal, believing that they will later be of great use to us. No, they not. These Fulanis can never do good to you in return. When they have discovered, when you discover any foul play or any illegal movement of these people, with immediate effect, my dear, I am advising and I'm telling you, get hold of them, report them to the nearest police station. Let them be held down. They should not be given that chance or opportunity to succeed in their evil deals. Their illegal movement should be totally cut off. Every security personnel must take note of their illegal movement and make sure that they are properly held down and properly treated. If seen carrying out this movement, we must not develop any form of sympathy for them. Let us not give them that opportunity. The state governments that are aware of all of this evil movement will definitely pay for it, because these people are later coming back to become a nuisance to the state, since they have given them the opportunity to move to the southeast making use of illegal movement. So my viewers, I want to say that your comments concerning all that I've just said are very much important. Please don't forget to leave them behind. Click on the subscription buttons as well as the bell button to receive more updates. Thank you.